Good morning, y'all. It's moving day and we're taking you along. It came a downpour last night, so it's gonna be a little more difficult in the rain and mud, but it's just how it's all worked out. We've been working towards this for a week. It's time to get this whole bunch of feeder pigs moved back to the woods. If you've been around here, or maybe if you haven't, I'll let you in. We got struck by lightning, our entire hot wire system, so we've been waiting to get our charger back because we were using a weaker charger just to try to limp by until we got it back. Definitely didn't need to put new pigs back in the woods behind it. We've got it back, all hooked up, all's going well, working. So now it's time to move these back to the woods. And Emily and I are the only ones here. If you're new around here, we are a family of 4 in Arkansas that works on this farm, but today it's just me and Emily. She's 18, and we're gonna try to attempt this by ourselves. First thing is, we've got to lure them somewhere they're not comfortable going. It's just part of it. We don't have a good loadout system for this pen. This is not really a pig pen, but this is a huge group of pigs. There's about, I think there's about 38 of them. 2 boars that we're raising up for replacement boars, and then 35 feeders, and then 1 female that's going into our herd here as well. So anyway, gonna get these, try to get these loaded up. First things first, we're going to grab some feeders, drag them through this little makeshift alleyway we've made, see if we can't coax them out of here. But even though every day you see us feed them, they're under our feet and on top of us, they won't follow us out of this gate. Pigs, cows, all kinds of stuff. They're creatures of habit. They don't like to cross thresholds that they don't usually cross. That is unless they figure out a way to get out themselves, and then they'll just dart out. So there's that.
Getting me muddy already.
Yeah, you may as well be prepared. We're gonna get muddy. So let's just, like you're doing, open it, and then we'll go get some feeders and drag them, okay? If we can actually pull this off on our own, I'm gonna be so crazy proud of us. Step 1 complete. Now we're gonna let them find their way in there. We're gonna go get some food and bring that back in a minute, but one lesson moving animals like this, we've tried this about 3 different times, and these things are about as tame as they get. They about knock Emily and I down every day. They're that friendly, but that does not mean they're gonna move easily. So keep that in account if you're trying to move animals. Just make sure that you have a plan and something to lure them. Don't just think, oh, they're tame, they're gonna follow me. I've had so many people over the years when we were like hauling animals for them or buying from them when we were going to load them up, say, this thing is so tame, I can lead it up into your trailer. I've only ever seen that happen one time, and it was still pretty amazing. But most of the time, it doesn't matter how tame they are. If it's out of their comfort zone, it doesn't usually work well. So it's been hours now, and we haven't made much progress. We've dumped feed right outside the gate. We've lured them, we've called them, we've done everything we know to do. We've backed off, we've given them space. I'm waiting on Ben for the next step. So all of that was against the fence over there. Ben thought that might be scaring them, so hopefully he's right. They're starting to make their way out. You might be thinking, because I would be if it was me watching a video, why don't you just pop up some of those chain link panels and build a little corral in there? Well, that's a good question, good thought. But pigs are super strong. If they can get their nose under it, they can be gone. And so you really have to have something secure. That's why we've literally built a corral over here out of corral panels that are actually for cattle, but they're flipped upside down so that the rungs go all the way to the ground. That's the only thing so far that we found that works, and they only work because most of them are shoved into the ground. Literally, they're not concreted in there, but the ground's so hard around them, it's not something they can easily pick up. Not all of them. This one down here, we can swing it open and shut, but it's just not as easy as popping something up for pigs. You either have to have something super secure, or you have to let them have the idea on their own with a little incentive, like feed or something like that. Out of 38 are loaded. These two are not going without a fight. Step, taking them to the woods, that took all day. In fact, that took a few days, but I know that I'm going to get criticism showing stuff like this because everyone's always going to have a better way, especially when they're seeing it on video. But I do show you guys these things because this is real life. This is definitely real life on a farm. Sometimes things go well, sometimes you put animals in a place and then you're like, ooh, now we got to get them out. And we've done this before, but we know there's no corral there. We don't really have plans to build a corral there. I know that may sound crazy, but we don't need another corral there. We just need a system, and I think we found a better one by the end to get them over to the corral that we already have. Pigs, like I said, they're just different. They're harder in some ways they're easy keepers. You just really need to know what you're getting into with pigs. You have to be smarter than they are, and sometimes that takes patience and time, because pigs get a rap for being dumb. They're not.